Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Velenkosini Hlabisa, is currently convening a joint meeting with the National Khoisan Council and members of Parliament to deliberate on matters related to the Khoi-San. The springboard meeting is an important milestone towards finding solutions to the challenges raised by the Khoi-San leadership. Joining us to discuss this further is Stanley Peterson, a member of the National Khoisan Council. Good evening, Mr. Peterson. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Let's start with the significance of this meeting and the broader objective to have the issues of the Khoi-San addressed.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you and your listeners. Look, the Minister invited us as National Khoisan Council because two members of the Portfolio Committee of CoGTA, which is Klein Tybels, is a member of MK Party, and the other one is Saintus van Wyk, is a member of the Patriotic Alliance. They complained about we as National Khoisan Council must be disbanded and we're not reporting back to our communities. Now, we are of the view that political parties currently now in Parliament want to use the Khoi and San people as votes for the 2026 elections. It will make it clear to government, yet we are there as Khoi and San people. There's an Act 3 of 2019 that now gave recognition to it. But up until now, nobody's been recognized. So make it clear to the Minister, we are a body, an independent, non-statutory body, being formed by the then President Nelson Mandela and our members. So we don't report to portfolio committee members or members of Parliament.
So pardon me for interjecting there, just for clarity. You're saying there is some sort of an appetite at this point to address your issues, but not genuinely so, but more as a political football ahead of the 2026 local government elections, and that perhaps it will be symbolic and just kicking for touch. Nothing will happen. There will be no recognition.
Precisely. The meeting concluded. The meeting concluded that the minister, we agreed that we will meet with all the national leaders between the 14th of the 16th of February, within a week and a half's time. But the problem is now the Minister of Arts and Culture, Minister Kaiten McKenzie, convened also a meeting with our national Khoisan leaders for the 25th of February. So there's clearly within cabinet, people is now lobbying Khoisan votes instead of addressing our issues seriously. And it doesn't. The matters of Khoisan falls under Minister Hlabisa of Corporate Governance, not of the Minister of Arts and Culture. So people are using us and try to divide us and use the dividing rule to get votes for the 2026 local election. And we said as National Khoisan Council, we will not fall into that trap. We will not fall into that.
So the minister did convene that meeting, at least Minister Velenkosini Hlabisa. Just before you take us through exactly what took place at that meeting, just for the benefit of those who might not have a greater understanding of the challenges and the fight for recognition by the Khoi-San people, just take us through it.
Look what happened. We are the National Khoisan Council, established in 1999 by the then President Nelson Mandela. But look, government doesn't, from that time until now, government didn't give us any form of support. Support by saying, you are a body, go out to your people, report to your people, bring back this and that. We did it on our own. What government did, they give us only support by, for example, call a meeting, then they paid for accommodation and flight or traveling expenses. We are fine with that. We say thank you. But actually what we want is we are not constitutionally accommodated. And that's what was told the minister here. Minister, because members of the Portfolio Committee of CoGTA challenged the minister regarding us. And we said to the minister, Minister, please, this plight of us is now been there for over 30 years. And we want formal recognition. It's no use by every time before voting time, parties and people come and they use us. Parties come before elections, they talk to the National Khoisan Council, and parties come this time, divide our people. We said we are not a political party in the National Khoisan Council because our members are from different political parties. But we said we want constitutional accommodation. And that's the need. That is the need where the minister said, it will be a breaking, it will be a new thing. The minister now in the National Government of National Unity, Minister Hlabisa, we tried to get ministers since 20 years. And he's the first minister that approached us in this regard. So we applaud him for that. But we told him we don't want political interference of political parties like the MK and the PA, because both parties now lobbying the Khoisan votes. Both parties now wants to address us. And both parties saying now, look, let's divide the Khoisan to get the votes.
So what did the minister say? What was his response to at least some of these issues that you raised with him, that many are looking to divide the organization or the council?
Yeah, look, the minister was very strict. Both ministers, the minister and the deputy ministers, were very clear. Government and the president are working with the National Khoisan Council. Nobody's going to disband, nobody's going to interfere in the National Khoisan Council issue. The only thing that's now the problem is political parties said we are not represented. In other words, there's other people outside there that said they are not part of us. Now, the meeting that the minister want to convene is to get those voices, those people that said they are excluded, to get them on board. But the political parties currently in Parliament, they are the problem, because they don't want us there. They want to put us out of the way, and they want to use the political platform to say now, after we were fighting as the National Khoisan Council with government to get this Act number 2019 being passed in Parliament, the NKC and the government did it, the ANC. Now other political parties come and say, look, the ANC must step aside. We are now here to talk on behalf of the Khoisan. But they were not there when Parliament passed with 195 to 5, with the ANC government passed this bill.
So what have you resolved? Just pardon me for interjecting there in the interest of time. So what have you resolved? Will there be another meeting?
Yes, the meeting there's a meeting that will be from the 14th until the 16th of February. We don't know the venue. That is the one meeting. And there's another meeting that we must meet with the portfolio committee to address issues that they don't understand. So those are the two meetings. But as I say, there's a third meeting as well with the Minister of Arts and Culture. So we don't know where he fit into this thing, because the mandate of traditional affairs is cited with the Minister of CoGTA, not Arts and Culture.
We must certainly try and reach out to the Minister of Arts and Culture, Gayton McKenzie, to find out which role they aim to play in this whole journey for recognition for the Khoisan people. But thank you very much for joining us on the program this evening. That's Stanley Peterson. He's a member of the National Khoisan Council.